What is going on, everybody? Greg Helbeck here, and this week I am breaking down a real estate deal that just closed 2 days ago as of this recording. So the address is 54 Mitchell Avenue, Poughkeepsie, New York, either 12601 or 110, I don't fucking know, whatever the zip code is, but 54 Mitchell Avenue in Poughkeepsie. I think it's 12601 or 12603, but anyway, just look it up. This was a wholesale deal that I just did, and I want to tell you about the deal and how I found it, and the profit and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you get value from this. And the goal of these videos is to be helpful, to share my hundreds of deals I've done with the audience here so they can take some nuggets away from it and apply it in their business and their life. So this was a deal, by the way. If you get value from this video today, if you can like the video on YouTube and then subscribe to my channel, my goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers in the next 90 days. And the best way to do that is if you can subscribe and like the video. So thank you so much for doing that in advance. And if you're watching this on social media, share it, please, like it, comment on it, whatever you need to do to promote it. It would mean a lot to me. So anyway, this was a direct mail lead. So this seller got my postcard, and instead of calling me, he called my, well, he did call us ultimately, but instead of calling the postcard, he called my company website. So key takeaway here is when you're doing direct mail, sometimes what you want to do is you want to have a few different ways the sellers can reach out to you. So we do some direct mail, and we do a lot of direct mail, but one of the ways that, one of the direct mail pieces that we send, it has our phone number for the direct mail, it has our website, and it also has an email address, right? So there's an email address, a website, and a phone number. So there's 3 ways to respond, right? So this one was one of those postcards. The seller got it. He called in to the company, and so we saw it come in through our website, company phone number, but we ended up finding out he was a direct mail lead because he got the postcard, then went to the website, and then called. So anyway, it was a direct mail lead. So long story short, the seller had a vacant property in Poughkeepsie. They were living in New Hampshire, and they were kind of going back and forth from New York City to New Hampshire. And they had this property in Poughkeepsie, which is like kind of right in between the two areas, and it was vacant. It actually wasn't that beat up, but I should have closed on it knowing what I know now, but whatever. He sold it to me at a reasonable price. Obviously, you know, he still got a decent amount of money, but it also was a number that allowed me to make a big profit. So locked up the deal, sold it to a buyer. The net assignment fee on that deal was $40,000. So it was $40,000, a $40,000 assignment deal. When in our market, that's pretty normal. So some other markets in the country, a lot of wholesalers are making 15, 20 grand, and obviously we do deals like that. But our average wholesale deal, I would say, is about $30,000 to $35,000 in New York. So it's great. We can do big deals. We have big margins here, and it allows us to do a little less volume, but still keep the profit margins up. So sold it to my buddy Dave Brown. It was an assignment of contract. I straight up assigned the deal. I didn't even double close it. I signed a contract with the seller, took my contract, signed it with Dave. He signed the assignment agreement, went to closing. The whole deal happened in about 6 weeks. So it was a pretty quick deal in New York. Normally a quick wholesale deal in New York is about 8 weeks. This one ended up getting done in 6 weeks. Wasn't a lot of hair on the deal. There was a few things we had to clear up. There were some violations and some open COs on the property that the seller actually fixed for us, which made it a lot easier. At the end of the day, it was a nice $40,000 wholesale deal, and literally just closed. I was actually allocating the money this morning, dumping it into the different company buckets we have. So it was a solid win, right? So why did I share that story, right? Why did I share this case study here? And the reason I did that is because at the end of the day, a lot of people struggle with direct mail. They are not comfortable spending the money that is required to make direct mail profitable. And that's the reason why they don't have a lot of success with direct mail. The reason I believe we got this deal is because we sent enough mail out to have the numbers be in our favor. So a lot of investors, new investors specifically, or people who just don't know direct marketing that well, they want to kind of dip their toe in direct mail. They want to send out 1,000 pieces. They want to send out 2,000 pieces. And quite frankly, in today's market with all the competition, you got to send out a lot of direct mail to be profitable, right? And you have to let the numbers play in your favor. That campaign we sent like 14,000 mailers out, right? In that one campaign. And out of those 14,000, we obviously got a couple contracts out of it. And so far we got one closing. And I believe we spent about $8,000 on that campaign so far, and we've already pulled in $40,000 on our profitability, on our revenue. So that's about a 3-to-1, a little bit better than a 3-to-1 return on ad spend, which means that every time we spent $1 so far, we've gotten 3 back in revenue. So every time we spent $1 in marketing, we got 3 back in revenue. So 3-to-1 ROAS is really respectable, and it allows you to be profitable and obviously continue your marketing. So at the end of the day, if you're doing direct mail, you have to mail enough people to let the numbers play out in your favor. If you're going to send out 1,000 letters or 1,000 postcards, quite frankly, in this market, you're wasting your fucking time. You might get lucky. Like they say, a broken clock is right twice a day. But if you want to be in business for the long haul and you want to have consistency in your business, and a lot of people, don't have consistency. And the best way to have consistency with direct mail is obviously to send it a lot. but you have to send the volume out. You have to send out big volume, especially in the areas that we operate in. Like New York is crazy. San Diego, we got a direct mail deal, and you know, we sent a lot of postcards out. So if you're in an expensive market, you have to understand you have to send more postcards out because you're going to get a lower response rate. But if you do it the right way and you send enough units out, when I say units, mail pieces, it's going to be profitable over time, right? And all you need is one to close, right, in order to be really profitable, right? A lot of people think, oh, every lead isn't motivated. They're all garbage. You're telling me to take me off their list. It's like, yeah, that's most of the calls. But at the end of the day, if you send enough mail, it will be profitable over time. So hopefully you got value from this. If you're an investor and you're watching this and you are in the Hudson Valley or you're in San Diego or you're in Delaware, those are the areas we buy in, or a little bit of Pennsylvania and Jersey and Connecticut. If you're in the Northeast or Delaware or San Diego and you want to JV with me, hit me up. I'd love to JV with you, whether we JV wholesale or whether I buy a deal off you if you're a wholesaler, or we JV rehab it, JV wholesale it, JV rental, whatever you think makes the most sense. If you're interested in that, email me, greg@velocityhousebuyers.com. That's greg@velocityhousebuyers.com. I don't know why I did this with my hand, but who knows. And hopefully you got some value from this. 54 Mitchell just closed on Wednesday, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.